The far right crave violence and love identity politics. So, in the wake of the Liverpool attack, we saw the far right come out in droves, and they're still doing it right now, basically frothing at the mouth. One, hoping people were hurt. Two, hoping the person that perpetrated the attack was a brown person or a Muslim or both, particularly both to them, to be honest. And three, crying and desperate and trying to make excuses to try and justify the actions when they found out it was a white guy. At the moment now, they're going through this thing where they're like, well, it wasn't him. It can't have been him. Oh, there was one point where they were like, what if it was a white Muslim? He's probably a white Muslim, guys. And then the identity came out that it was a white guy, I think former Marine, later middle age, and then they're like, oh, it wasn't him, they're lying, it was fake, it wasn't him. They pulled out a different guy. The guy they arrested wasn't the guy in the car, guys. It is obscene. These people froth at the mouth, desperate for violence. They want people to get hurt, and they want the perpetrator of that violence to be of a creed that doesn't align with what they want. And when it is, they're like, yeah, go on, we can be violent now, we can go down, we can burn down hotels, we can attack random brown people in the street, we can riot. And when it's not someone who aligns with what they want it to be, they're like, oh, it must be a conspiracy, it can't be real. Why are they naming him so quickly? They're naming it that it's a white guy so quick, but they would never do that with a Muslim. And the fact is, it is their own fault that they released the information that it was a white guy so fast, that they didn't allow the speculation, because last year, when they decided to try and burn down hotels, when they attacked people in the streets, when they rioted, when they basically tried to do blood libel against brown and black people, the police were like, oh, we need to start releasing this information quickly. To be honest, I was watching a report and I can't find what the actual name of the case study was, or the report on it. But basically, the police, in the wake of Stockport, actually before Stockport, they were meant to do this. They're meant to get out this information as fast as possible to prevent riots, to prevent particularly the far right going on violent extremist riots, because the far right are the biggest threat to the UK. MI5 say this themselves. And so, this is what we see. The people on the screen, we're seeing this American guy trying to, be like, oh, it was definitely a Muslim, let's kill them all, basically. You got Paul Golding crying, being like, but why wasn't he a Muslim, guys? And then you've got this other guy who's from TikTok, who, I don't even know his name. I just saw him, he was like, I'm not convinced it's a white guy. It's definitely someone else. They've lied to you. It can't be him. It's truthfully, these people love identity politics, which is crazy, because they're the ones who scream and cry like, identity politics isn't real, guys. You shouldn't do identity politics. It makes you so lame. And then they're the ones being like, it wasn't a white guy. It has to be brown people who do all the bad things, guys. Your identity is what's most important. Deus vult, or whatever the hell these people say. I don't know. You've got them also then wanting violence, They're like, the reason they want it to be a brown person is so then they feel justified in their desire to attack people and their desire. Let's be honest, these people want to bring back packy bashing. They want to be able to go out on the street and attack random brown people. They want to feel justified in doing that. They probably feel like, well, my granddad got to do it, my dad got to do it. Why can't I go out on the street and attack random brown people? Why aren't the police working to help me do that? The police do actually do that. The police are the ones that randomly stop and search non-white people at a far higher rate, and the success rate of those stop and searches are extremely low. They commute harsher sentences. They are more likely to wrongfully arrest a person of colour than a white person. This is all statistics from the UK, but this is probably also true in the US as well. So the police are helping them. It's just the police aren't going to, do it so openly how you guys want them to do it, to justify you guys being able to go out and do packy bashing again. So the far right just want violence, and they love identity politics, which makes it all the funnier when they complain about identity politics.